Hi guys, well today I'm excited to show you two new Olight products, and the first one we're going to be looking at is the S30R. We also have the S10R, a much more compact version. This is a 1050 lumen 18650 flashlight, and without further ado, let's get this unboxed and see what you get. Okay, so the S30R Baton is the third version of this light, and they obviously keep upgrading it each time. This is just coming out at the moment. It is available in limited quantities, I think, right now. You can see some of the specs there on the bottom. 100 days of life, potentially. IPX8 waterproof, as are pretty much all Olight batons. 188 meters throw on this, and powered by one 18650, which is supplied, which is always nice. You can see there 5-year manufacturer's warranty, as again on all Olight products. Rechargeable variable output side switch LED flashlight, and this is one of their larger baton lights, fairly similar in size to this one right here, which I've previously reviewed. This is the S2R. Once we go through the specs, this is going to be an overview video, guys. Once we go through the specs on this, we'll do a quick comparison with the S2R and show you which would be best value for your dollar. So I've got a bit of reflection going on here on the left. I apologize for that. This light's let's see if we can turn it down a little bit, get it out of the shot. There we go. Yeah, so let's have a look at the back of the box and see what it says. I'll hold this up just so you can pause it. I'm not going to run through everything, guys. I'll just go through some of the main specs. Down here you can see a little bit more about the runtime. So it does boast that 1050 turbo mode, dropping down to 500 lumens after 2 minutes, with 200 minutes at 500 lumens. So pretty impressive output, and you can see there 0.5 lumen moon mode for 100 days, which seems pretty ridiculous, but one of these days I will get around to testing that and show you guys. So the usual IPX8 waterproof, impact resistant, etc, etc, etc. So let's go ahead and get this sucker open, shall we? So there's a bit of tape on top here. The usual high quality Olight packaging. They keep a very consistent form with these, and they never fail to disappoint. Everything is put together in a very neat and functional way. So straight away you find a little readme. I'll run through this in case you've never seen one of these unboxings, and that's basically just telling you there's a little insulating film between the battery and the tail cap so it doesn't drain in packaging. So pretty neat, and that gives you little instructions on how to unpackage your light. So what more could you ask for than instructions on instructions? Pull out. So we'll do just that, and if you pull this out, that's your box empty. And in here we have the light, of course. We have this back section here which comes away, and this is telling us contains a little manual that we might get to in a minute. Product catalog. It contains USB 2 charging cable, because of course it's a rechargeable light, and we'll get to how the charger works in a little minute. The light itself, and we have a little lanyard here on the top. It's just a little neoprene lanyard. Quickly show you that. Yeah, just a little cushioned neoprene lanyard if you prefer that style of carry. This does of course come with a pocket clip on it. Remove this piece, and the pocket clip should, oh, it's a little stiff on here, guys. Slide down off this card, and there you have, finally have the light in your hand. You can see there S30R Baton, full aluminum construction, of course, nice knurled body. You can see there the size in my hand. We'll look at it in size of the actual 18650 battery in a little minute. Deep carry pocket clip. Bit of a different style of head on this light compared to a lot of other lights and the ones we'll look at. You can see the usual beautiful blue bezel, and nice crystal clear screen. Side button for activation here, and there's a lot of fancy stuff on here. It does have lockout, does have timer modes. We'll get into that a little bit. Set that up there and show you one other thing that comes with it in this little box here. And you can see there it says open. We'll go ahead and, oops, if we can grab that tab or not. There we go. Grab that tab and pull this open, and we'll find inside this very sexy little alien looking object, which is in fact the charger. You can see it's a micro dock charger. Of course, one of the best features of Olight is that most of the batons are magnetic based. You can see that snaps in there, and you have charging dock. So that's really, really cool, and a nice, well, you can see it's actually suckered onto my desktop already. This does have suckers on it, so you could mount it in your vehicle if you wanted, on your desk, wherever you may wish to put it. Very cool feature of this is it does have an extender, so technically you could daisy chain a couple of these together, You could also, put your USB input into here and have your phone charging off here, anything like that. I will, after we go through the basics here, I will actually show you this connected to a power bank and show you how it charges. So pretty neat, they provide that with the light. Of course, what that is charging is this guy here, which is their proprietary Olight 18650, and they basically dubbed this a customized 18650, as in it's a high draw, and you can see there for high drain devices, it's a high draw battery, and basically is powering this thing to the max. 3.6 volt, 3500 mAh, 18650. So nice that that is supplied with the light. I'll go in that way, so positive is out. Connect that on tail there, screw on tail cap, little gasket in there. Overall impressions on the construction are it is excellent as usual. Very solid feeling light, and just, it has a lot of knurling on it, but it's not aggressive. Great feeling. The pocket clip rotates round, so you can put that on whichever side of the light. I mean, there's 3 flat sections there, there, and there. So basically you can locate that deep carry pocket clip on any of those 3, whichever is your preference, to basically help you find the activation switch for the light. So I like to keep it on the left consistently on all my Olights. Here's another one. Here's another one. And we should have another one lying around here. I can't even find the other one. There's a bunch of them lying around here. I keep it on the left on all of them, so I feel that with my index finger and my middle finger, and I know that my thumb is landing on the button there. So without further ado, let's go ahead and switch this sucker on. So this is actually currently in locked out mode, so if I just tap the side switch, you'll see it gives a brief blink of light, which basically tells me it is locked out. But if I hold that, it will blink, and it will go into its Moonlight mode. And if we shine up on the back here, let me just cut some lights off. Well, first of all, we shouldn't need to cut the lights off. Basically, if you turn it off with a short tap, you'll see it's off there. With any of these batons, as far as I'm aware, any that I've experienced in the Olight Baton series, basically a double tap on this button will get us straight into turbo mode, which, as we said, is 1050 lumens. So there we're straight into turbo. A triple tap, if we turn it off again with a short press, a triple tap will put us into strobe, so strobe warning, guys. There you go. Otherwise, let's cut off the lights for a second. If I do long press, it will put us into Moonlight, and if I hold down that button, it will basically cycle through the modes, like so, which is a very neat little function. And if I turn this off, I don't know if the camera will pick this up. No, I wanted to show you guys, I've actually noticed quite a cool feature. I don't know if I'm going to be able to show you or not. Let's switch the lights back on and see. Basically, what I noticed, I don't know if this is intentional or not, but there's a little ring in at the base of the bezel here, and it actually glows, particularly if you've had the light running and then you cut all the lights off. You can actually see a neon glow around the inner part of this bezel. I don't know if that's intentional or not, as a way to locate the light if you've been using it and cut it off in the dark, or if it's just something weird going on with whatever glue they use to locate that lens in there. I'm not sure, but pretty neat if that's an intentional feature. And yeah, so to lock out the light, you hold down the button, it will go into Moonlight, and then it will cut out. And of course, if I tap that button, you'll see it's beeping away at me, basically, telling me it's locked out. So very nice little feature. And yeah, so that's the basics of the light, really. Let's take another quick look at the packaging, which is here. And again, just remind yourselves of the specs. So you got 1050 lumens for 2 minutes, dropping down to 500 lumens for 200 minutes. My autofocus seems to love to switch off here. Sorry, guys. And you can pause that there and read over those again if you wish. Let's just take a look at this spec in comparison with this light here. Well, let's look at them side by side. First of all, this is as I said before, the S2R, another 18650 light. And if we put these side by side, let me hold them up for you. You can see the S2R is actually quite a little bit shorter. There's a much shorter head in it. Same pocket clip, same switch, same kind of upper portion. The barrel itself looks pretty similar. Let's just check in size. Yeah, I mean that's all pretty much the same. Just the head is a little bit bigger in this light, and you can see the actual lens is a little bit larger. Different LED in this, I'll confirm what it is in a second, and a slightly different bezel style. Now my friend and YouTube colleague, the Smoking Ape, did an excellent review on this light, the S30R, and he commented on the fact that this is more of a focused beam, and this is more of a floodlight. Now, depending on your needs, the S2R may be more what you're into. It comes with a slightly different charger. I did a review on this. I'll try and remember and link it in the description. It does have all the same useful features: the magnetic base, rechargeability, 18650, deep carry clip, etc, etc, etc. So they're very similar lights, very similar outputs. We'll look at that in a second. Slightly different aesthetic. I'm not sure which one I prefer. When I unboxed this S30R, I said sorry, so many S's, so many model numbers. The S2R I would have said was my favourite. This has grown on me a little bit. There's really not very much in it, guys. They're both pretty cool looking lights, fairly functional, utilitarian, but also fairly tactical looking. And yeah, so they're fairly similar lights, same battery source. Let's just look at them side by side. So we have the S2R on the right here. You can see there it's offering 1020 lumens down to 500. 500 blah blah blah. Basically they go through, they step through the levels pretty much the same impact resistance, same waterproofing, higher candela power on here, which I think is to do with the focus of the beam. You can see here bezel diameter 23mm, 25 on the new light we're looking at, 110 grams as opposed to 101, and 114 in length, 140mm that is, compared to 105, so slightly bigger overall. If we look at the front here, you'll see this is boasting a 60-day runtime maximum. This is 100 days and 153 meters throw on the S2R as opposed to 188 meters. So a more focused beam and potentially a longer runtime on that lowest setting. So that's kind of the difference you're looking at. The other difference, of course, as always, is price. And when we get into price, the S2R is actually, the last time I checked on Amazon, is around about $75 US on Amazon.com. And this S30R that we're looking at today is around about 65, so slightly cheaper option. I like the charger a little better, the portable charger on this. Sorry, I don't have one to hand, guys, to show you, but as I say, I have reviewed this before, but there's not really a lot in it. It comes down to what kind of light and what kind of beam you would like, really. And I know I've said this a lot recently. I am going to get outside and get some beam shots done and do a comparison of all the Olights I've been reviewing recently, and that will be happening soon. It might even be uploaded by the time this video goes live, and I will try and do a contrast for you of how these two beam patterns look. In the meantime, do go check out Smoking Ape's channel. He did an excellent review, as I say, on the S30R, and he did an actual beam comparison on these two. So if you want to see that straight away, do go check his video out. In the meantime, I'm going to go and do an overview on the S10R for you, so also look for that on my channel. So that's it, guys. That's the basics of the S30R, another excellent 18650 light from Olight. This is the newest version, the S30R Baton version 3, and yeah, we'll get that video with the beam shots done soon. So thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed this. If you have any questions, do leave them in the comments. I'll try and get back to you. And yeah, back with more flashlight, knife, paracord, vape, and other videos soon. Hope you're having a great day. Cheers. Sorry, guys, I completely forgot I was going to show you the charging dock, so I'm just going to do that quickly before we cut off here. So you can see I just have this wired up to a power bank here, which is quite a useful way to do it, particularly if you're on the road. So you take your flashlight, snaps on, locates itself on there, and you can see when there's nothing on it, it's got green for power here. Snap on the light, and provided it needs charge, it turns red. Of course, once it's charged, it turns green. Everyone knows how a charger works. Just wanted to show you that. Pretty simple, very neat little device. Love the magnetic aspect along with the suction cups, which means you can pretty securely charge this even in your vehicle, I would say, as long as you have a USB output, of course. And of course, these chargers work with any of these batons that have that kind of charging ability, whether it comes with a portable charger or this desktop dock, or whichever one it comes with. So this is the S2R, I'll show you now as well. Same way as the S30R, just snaps straight on, and you can see there, pretty powerful magnets in these. very handy feature, not just for charging, but also for you know, working on a vehicle or anything like that. So just wanted to show you guys that. Thanks for hanging around, and yeah, see you soon. Cheers.